Hi, it's Kevin Bates here, and today I want to talk a bit more about digital certificates and one particular point that they miss. So, I discussed previously how digital certificates allow encryption between website and web browser, and that is very useful and functions very well. And then I talked about how digital certificates are also used to prove the identity of a website, so that you know you've connected to your bank server and not to a spoofing site, and that does not work very well. And in fact, I dug up an article where a security researcher, had registered a company called Stripe in the state of Kentucky and was issued with certificates, what are called OV and EV certificates. So that's organization verified and extended verified certificates. These are the ones that if you put them on your website, browsers go and actually put the name of the company in the address bar in green, and it worked. When you visited his site, then in the address bar it said Stripe, so he could have pretended to be the credit card payment managing company, and that could have had serious repercussions for people, giving away their credit card details and losing a lot of money. And that, I think, really illustrates that the diligence required to verify all the certificates isn't really there, and it's way beyond anything that it could actually feasibly be done reliably, because the scammers are going to have a relatively small financial output, whereas everybody else needs to have their sites verified too in order for the system to work. So it means that there's a big financial burden on people who are behaving nicely. So one of the things I got from some of the discussions I had with people is the observation that actually what we're not trying to do is verify the identity of a website. What we want to know is this web page trustworthy or not? And in fact, the certificate model goes back to an era where websites were basically static and monolithic. And nowadays we have websites where you have lots of members, and those members can post. So if you take something like Facebook or GitHub, anybody can go and get an account and start posting false news stories or putting malware into a software repository. And so as a result, a certificate that tells you that you are on GitHub is giving you no real value, because it doesn't tell you whether the account that you are visiting within GitHub is a bona fide good player, somebody who is putting out some useful open source software, or whether it's a scammer who is trying to get you to install something that looks useful but is actually going to steal your passwords and your Bitcoin private keys. So what is actually needed in the web world is to know that any particular page can be trusted, and that is of course a much harder problem to solve. Anyway, I'll have more on that later. I'll wrap it up for now, but hope you found that interesting, and see you again soon. Bye for now.